Welcome to Unapologetically Rich, the show for high-achieving women who refuse to settle. I've helped over 51 women become millionaires and multimillionaires. You're next. I'm here to unlock the next level of wealth, freedom, fulfillment, and feminine power. So hit the follow button, share this with every woman who needs to hear it, and get ready, because every week we're diving deep and rising higher. This is the Unapologetically Rich Show. Are you ready? Let's get to it. I wake up as a student and I go to bed a teacher, and women who are really wanting to get to that next level of wealth, they're always educating themselves. They're always trying to find out, like, what don't I know? Not telling everybody what they do know. The reason why I created this show is not just to speak to the women who are also wealthy, because my audience is very wealthy, but it's also for the women who are like, can that be my turn? Is it my turn next, you know? I always say, if she can, I can. I look at what people have done and I'm like, it's possible. I think a lot of people look at other people's success and they'll go, well, how'd she do it? You know, well, or they must have got it from a man. They must have done something. But for women to create success, a lot of people don't really honor it the same way, you know? They think that somebody gave it to them. I became a single mom unexpectedly, and I was like, there's no way in hell I was going down. So it was like, I'm gonna make this wealth. I'm going to create what it is, because I had two kids that needed mom to do it, you know? I did have an education, though, still at the same time, but I didn't have this life education that I had now, which I think has been the best thing. I think for some people, women who have like a husband or they have a safety net, they never actually find out what their truest success is or what they are capable of making because they have that safety net. When you don't have a safety net anymore, it's like, we're going to figure out what I'm made of. I feel like having that rock bottom, I know that if, knock on wood, it's not going to happen. If I ever dig in, I know how to bring myself back up again. And that tool is so important for people when they're creating wealth. I think people think when they have money that the money's going to change or solve the problem. It never does. It's the who you become and the identity. Right. And do you see a theme here? Everybody read Think and Grow Rich. People are reading that book. They're educating themselves. Do you see another theme? They're hiring mentors. Do you see another theme where they're learning from people who have already done it before them? Because they know if somebody's done it, you hire them or you work with them, you're going to get there faster. This is what I did. I've invested almost $1 million in just 5 years hiring people who have done it faster than me. Once I made the money, I started pouring it back in my business and myself so I can figure out who's done it faster, because this is how you fast track your results. I'm not going to sit here and try and figure it out on my own when someone else has figured it out. If I see a proven success model with somebody else, I'm going to say, hey, how did you do it? Then show me how. Pick, choose, or refuse. And passive income. I preach this, having multiple revenue streams, but also making money in your sleep. When your money's making money for you is really, really important. How you invest it, how you use it, distribute it. But someone in a scarcity mindset couldn't do something like that. I always feel like I'm a powerful woman, but I also know there's more power for me. I feel it, that it's coming through, but how am I going to choose every day? So you got to have that self-talk, because this the first person is going to raise doubt in your head, and without even knowing about it, even subconsciously, is going to be that little small voice, and maybe that little unhealed child inside of you that's going to make you want to play small. Every single day it's going to want to take you back to safety, where you're like, no, bigger. And no, you got to go bigger. And so you got to be your own pump-up girl. I love that. I mean, if anybody's listening to this and the takeaway, I mean, what are the things that you're saying to yourself? Because those words matter. What you're saying to yourself matters, and how you're thinking and feeling. But the first person to put ourselves down, you know that. Like someone would criticize ourselves, intentionally saying, no, look at you. Look what you've done. You know, I've only coached 51 women to $1 million. I'm young doing it, you know, but I know that I look at her and I'm like, she's showing me what's possible. If someone has a very, very broke mindset or scarcity or that victimness, they can't come in my world at all.
That's right.
Like, it's just, that's how I protect my peace.
That's right.
Because you say the average of the 5, but you bring in a broke mindset that that's contagious.
That's right.
So I'm very, very careful who I bring in my circle.
That's right.
And the women that I roll with. And I love women who are successful and want to see other women win. That is it's such a scarce, it's a limit, it's in lack. Really, and it's unfortunate that there's not enough women out there that are hyping up other women. And I want to change that. Like, I want more women to feel like their success is not going to be judged by other women. Just because another woman's successful doesn't mean it can't happen for you. And this is something that I want to normalize. This is why I created this show, Unapologetically Rich. You get to have all the things. It doesn't, just because you're successful doesn't mean it's going to take away from me or anybody else. Like, we all can. You know, I was having dinner last week in Dallas, and there was 20-something guys. They're all entrepreneurs at the table. We're at Nick and Sam's, and I was the only woman. Lots of zeros at that table, okay? It was like that all week. I was at a marketing event because I'm learning how to create passive, more things in my business. And why don't we have those kinds of tables where there's women that are getting together like that and having these dinners where they're coming to, listening to those conversations, how men talk about money, they're not even talking about them being, competitiveness or what. They're talking about big talk about money. And I want that for us women. But the only way we're going to get to that level is if we stop competing with each other, if we stop judging each other, if we stop looking at what everybody else has instead of what was possible for you. So I want you to start seeing, like, where can you provide value maybe in your small circle, or where can you change the way you see and look at things from maybe, if she can, I can. You hear the theme though. Every single person that's sat here, the success that they have is because they saw someone else doing it and they thought the opportunity was there from them. Also, if you have not got your ticket for the Wealth Consciousness event in Chicago, it is October 2nd and 3rd. And this event is not like one of those events where you go to and there's just tons of speakers and you're just in the audience, just getting your ear talked off. It is a transformative event. So what does that mean? You are looking to get your $1 million a year, or maybe you're looking to make your next 5 million or whatever it is. It's an up-leveling 2-day transformation. So you're going to go in there. We're going to do workshop events. What is that going to mean? Well, we're going to first start with the identity work, which I think is really, really important. Some of the exercises that we did last year, at our event, which were really transformative, we showed how in real time, why people are afraid to actually even have more money or to create more wealth. And we showed you, so you can identify, hey, these are the things that I'm doing right now in real time. What that does is it helps with the implementation process. It helps with you integrating and embodying that next level of wealth. When you join our programs, you do get to that level, but when you're in the room, you can implement, integrate, and embody so much faster. So we're going to take you and your business to that next level. We're going to talk about how you grow your brand and what are the important things about growing your brand, how you're going to attract your high premium client. But also we're going to go into what is it that can create the most amount of wealth for you so you can work less and make more. A lot of the times people are at capacity and they don't know how to really let in more wealth. But what we're going to do in these 2 days is we're going to walk you through our transformative process so that you're just not getting information, but you're getting an opportunity to integrate through our very unique framework so that you can integrate the things that you're learning in real time. And one of the things is when you do something, your nervous system gets regulated faster. When you're able to perform an activity in real time, the nervous system gets regulated for big money. Also, what happens is whatever fears that people usually have around money that creates money leaks or is not really helping you expand up into that next level of power, in real time, what's going to happen is you're going to start rewiring your neural pathways. So you're not going to have a fight or flight, response system when it comes to money. You're going to be able to open up for more cash and more wealth to flow in. So this is transformation plus integration, implementation, and embodiment. These 2 days, you're going to be able to be in the room. And listen, when you're in a level of consciousness around other people, I'll give you an example. When you're meditating and you're meditating by yourself, there's one level of consciousness. You get in a room and you're meditating with 600 other people, your level of consciousness expands faster. Well, think about it that way with wealth consciousness. You get to expand faster at a rapid rate with other people in the room that are also elevating their consciousness. You're going to transform in 2 days way faster than if you stayed at home and did it on your own. So that's why you need to be in the room. That's why you need to get a ticket. All right. We hope to see you there. I think we have 4 VIP tickets left. Get in the room so you can get coached by me with hot seat coaching. Imagine if I can get to the root of one of your issues really fast, or even identify an issue you didn't even know that's holding you back from your, $100,000 or even $1 million months. We want to see you there. So go grab your ticket. There's something to be said about this, because if you don't feel good in the skin you're in, then maybe your potential to create the wealth that you want is not there either. So you're going to not want to be seen fully. So you're going to hide behind your success that could be possible and potential for you, right?
There you go.
And people will say that's shallow. It's not. Because if you have that weight or you're not feeling that way that you want to feel, what can you change about it? And I was determined. I was like, I'm going to spend all the money in the world. I hired a naturopath. I'm like, let's do what I need to do. I follow instructions because I'm coachable. I hired someone, but I was willing to do whatever it took. And now I'm feeling back to myself again. And this is where I think a lot of women, their self-esteem comes in. So they don't feel powerful enough to walk in a room. They want to hide, or they're afraid to speak up, or they don't want to go on video. But this is the thing. Well, this is free. Instagram is free. Being a mother is my greatest thing. If anybody ever asks me, it's the thing that my children are my number one for me. They're just, and I feel like I've done a great job. I poured into them. Now it's my turn. I'm going to find my man and calling him in. I'm not going to chase him down to find him, but he's coming to find me. When I look at my children and I see their success or what they've done, and it brings me great joy. Again, if you haven't got your ticket to the Wealth Consciousness event, it's October 2nd and October 3rd. This is going to be an event that's going to basically fast track your result. This is when you're not just getting information, but you're going to be able to implement, integrate, and embody your next level of wealth consciousness in this 2-day immersive event. We take you through active in-person workshopping that help you regulate your nervous system in real time, rewire your neural pathways for big money. And this is so like, even if you were making $1 million a year, this is like, so there's no income leaks, there's no other places where money is leaving, but you're actually making it from a state of abundance and wealth consciousness, not just from the hustle, but really showing you how to move into that higher level of consciousness around money. This is why it's called the Wealth Consciousness event, because it's an experience of having you expand into the more. And if you're working towards your first million or your first 5 million, this also is going to help you create wealth faster. We're going to talk about you and your business, and we're going to talk about how you can expand into the more, how you can live a life that is filled with abundance. This is not just going to transform you, it's going to transform your business, your family, your team, and your friendships. You're going to probably meet your best friend in the room. It is a high level event. We do have a couple of VIP tickets left. Go ahead, grab your ticket, bring your business bestie, or come and visit and meet your bestie in that room. And this is going to be an event that really helps you fast track your results so that you can integrate, implement, and embody. This is not just for information. People go to events, get a lot of information, but they don't do anything about it. I want you to leave this event with implementation. This is why a lot of women start having their highest cash months, or they go cut their hair right when they land because they're like, they've been transformed. I want that for you. I've seen this happen again and again throughout our events. I know and trust this process. Come be there and have the elevation, have the expansion. It's waiting for you. You know your next level self is out there.